I think of all the artists that you write about, I enjoy reading what you say about O'Malley the most. You seem to get O'Malley right off the bat, you get him.
I also love O'Malley. I like the way he captures the sense of a place without feeling that he has to slavishly reproduce the place. Yet he still gets the whole spirit of it. I always feel you know whether you needed to have a jumper on or not.
Yeah, that feeling of where you are and the surroundings. I mean, the one in the sale we have, Maguez, it was obviously a warm place, but he gets that across.
He takes what he sees as a jumping off point to express what he's feeling in any given point. And not just what he's feeling emotionally, but what he's feeling in terms of all his senses.
He calls them inscapes.
Isn't it a great word?
It's a great word.
When he paints, and he does paint nature and places, and he gets that sense of place. You get the sense of what the temperature was like, what the sounds were like, the birds and the wildlife, the foliage, the weather conditions, and all of that shaped what he was feeling at any given time and what he wanted to express in the canvas. So when we look at this painting, it has the heat of Portugal. And you can feel the heat bouncing off the clay. And is that the clay in the ground, or are they birds? I think that they kind of can be both. They're kind of exotic birds, one pulling off in flight in the top hand of the side of the picture, and the other one here arching off to the left. You can feel the feathers fluttering around. It's not specific. And I think he doesn't mean to create a specific thing, but to give you that sense of what he felt when he was there in the landscape.
The texture is huge with this picture, the scraping, the way he's done it, and scoring into the board. I mean, that is a very individual technique he used throughout his career.
He started using that because he was short of money, and he used to get old boards and things that he used to find to be able to paint on. But in fact, he began to embrace that as adding a lot to his pictures. And when the boards were less interesting, he started to actually score into them and scrape them.
They're like bear claws, aren't they, in some way?
It is, but they're also abstract pictures. I mean, I don't think you can get away from the fact that he's also picture making. He's thinking about shapes and about the repetition of shapes within the composition.
You knew O'Malley.
He was the most generous man, but thoughtful and well-read and musical. And he just was the most well-rounded individual, but a person who was highly tuned into nature and his surroundings. And his sensitivity to everything around him comes out in the paintings.